1 second, let's have a look. There we go. Got it. Blues and Royals. Just about to take spot in the boxes. I'm trying to get behind everyone. Sorry, let me go behind you. Thank you. 1 second, guys. Colin being a cheeky scoundrel. Oh, the trooper's telling them, get out of the way, look. I'm not sure actually whether they're the first or second line. But we've got... Oops, officer shouting. We've got a new trooper, folks. Look at this. See, I was right, I did spot Colin. If I had spied him, we would have heard him. Top man. So, new horse. With, I'm pretty sure, if not new to the troop, then certainly the first time we've spotted that trooper, which is a privilege of sorts. Looking to what's happening in the archway, folks. We'll also obviously shortly be seeing the gatesman and chitsman getting replaced. So that for the last time this year, boxmen, lifeguards, leaving. There's a trooper telling them all to make way. I wasn't entirely sure he would leave that quickly, but yeah, he's done. Into the tunnel. And as they've actually already, folks, got the replacement troopers. Very tall, looks like Lance Corporal of Horse. And the two troopers that are going to replace the lifeguard, chitsman and gatesman. Let's get ourselves forward a little bit to the tunnel so we can have a clear look without getting too close. Oh, the tunnel, look at it, folks, it's absolutely packed. This is what the Blues and Royals are going to have to deal with. Yikes. Say again? Is it bad?
It's bloody bad. You're going to get down there.
I wasn't intending to, I tell you.
You won't get in there.
We're in the best spot, aren't we, I reckon? Okay, so Colin's just suggesting that is absolutely chocker, folks, at the end of the tunnel, which is not really a surprise. Yeah? Yeah, look on your face, it doesn't surprise me. Was it that bad, yeah? I guess every tourist staying in London came out at once because there's nothing else to do, is there, really, on Christmas Day?
I mean, 12 o'clock expected here.
It's going to get worse, isn't it, to be honest, as we go toward the spring. Since Friday, since the events of Friday that you saw. Right, folks, they're done. Look on your face, Colin, in that video when I was coming out the gate. You just seen what happened. It was when you were with Charlie on Friday. You know, when I came out the gate and said, "Blah, what just happened?" Look on your face and his, like, what's happened? Okay, folks. Here's our new gatesman.
Move on the way, please.
Who has made it very cleanly into the archway. Boom. It's a good point, actually, not only what Colin just said, but what the officer said. It was completely, mind-bogglingly chocker on Christmas Day here at Horseguards. It's a pity in some respects, actually, that no footage exists from that day, because historically it would have been a useful document that the King's Lifeguard do operate 365 degrees and days, to be fair, a year. We're going to get to the front, guys. Everything's finished in the yard. There's a massive number of people that are starting to flow from the back of the tunnel through to the front. Absolutely hectic. I was expecting it to have calmed down a teeny bit, to be honest. Now, the holidays are kind of out of the way, but absolute madness, it really is. Right, which end? I think, honestly, folks, this end. Why? Well, this is normally the busier of the two ends once the tunnel starts to empty here to the front. But, and this is the important thing, as I said, I'm pretty sure, not 100%, don't quote me, but pretty sure we've got a new trooper. I don't recognise him. Now, I don't think he's been in any of our videos. It doesn't mean he's new to the troop. He might well have been down at Bulford and just came back up. Alternatively, oops. He could have been on other duties. Horsey, what do we think? I don't know, actually, folks. And today, given how packed it is, I'm not even going to risk, for a second, I'm not going to risk taking out the phone to check. Just too many people. It's just not worth the risk. Absolutely not worth the risk. Far, far, far too many people. And look at this. It's just going to continue. Now, the interesting thing is going to be, as it always is, when we have a new person here, the response. If people decide to go into the box and don't listen to troopers' verbal instructions. Oh, this lady walking through, about to enter. She didn't quiet, but she was about to come through and walk past the horse. Which would have been kind of sweet in a way. Sweet because this horse here apparently is a bit of a kicker, folks. Yeah. Now, interestingly enough, I've just spotted in the yard. Hey, Happy New Year to you, yeah? 1 second, everyone. I've just noticed the old trooper getting involved here, and now the teachers are telling them to move. Young group. Yeah, he was old trooper saying like bye-bye. I knew that our man. Guys, it is a YouTube video.
Hi guys.
You can say hello if you're polite.
Hello.
Hey, salam alaikum and happy New Year, guys. Oh, I'm gonna get them in trouble with their teachers, guys. We don't need to get them in trouble. We'll also, while we're here, say a happy New Year to the old trooper. Bit busy, no? Bit busy this morning. Yeah? My last morning here for a while, I wanted to say Happy New Year to you. And then enjoy the...
Where are you off to then?
I'm off for 3-4 days to Europe, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Need a bit of a break.
The furthest I got in Europe was Germany.
Was that on the day that you and your platoon raided Hitler's bunker?
When I was doing... I got called up for 2 years, didn't I?
I remember you telling me, yeah.
53.
Yeah, I remember you telling me.
Yeah.
But I wish you a good, healthy, happy 2025.
Yeah.
Okay? And I'll see you soon. I'll come and say hello when I'm back.
I'm dying to know who's going to give me my car when I'm 100.
You know what? Even if His Majesty doesn't, all of the troopers, I'm sure, will get together for something. Guarantee. I'll see you soon,
Have a
yeah?
good day.
Thank you. He's a gent and an absolute inspiration, folks. Right, we'll now spend the rest of our time at the front if everything is normal. If it's not, in other words, if it kicks off, we'll go back into the yard. I knew that group of kids were kind of like desperate to get their faces on, but I didn't think it was appropriate to do that for 2 reasons. One, the age of the group was a bit mixed, but secondly, they weren't all teenagers. Secondly, the teachers were trying, as you saw, their very best. Oh, there we go. The second that we come back to the front. Okay, so looking at the blues are on it. Funny story, guys. I was speaking to a friend of mine, the King's Troop, over the weekend, and I had mentioned jokingly that it seems that, you know, HCAV have been inspired somewhat by the work of the King's Troop. The response was, no, they haven't been inspired at all by the work that we did. They've been embarrassed enforcing it as we did. Controversial, but you know, I'm just repeating what I was told. It was meant in a light-hearted way, but I think at the same time there's a small element of truth, folks, as well. Liking her sort of blues and royals themed outfit, dark with very bright red. She's looking delighted. Great smile. They are Frenchies, happy Frenchies, in fact, who obviously are delighted to see something royal, as it doesn't exist in their country. Get ready. Yeah, 1 foot in. In, out, in, out. I think the trooper in his MTP. Oh, folks, it's a great pleasure to see this lady trooper back. If you go back a few weeks, you'll see her telling tourists, "Oh yeah, idiots, move back," or something to that effect. That video is on the channel from a few days ago. Hopefully, during the changeovers, we'll see her at the front. She's very firm with the tourists. Just like this gent, in fact, who's been extremely observant, the guard that is. I wish I even had some sort of instinct as to which horse we're looking at, but I don't. I don't know why, for some reason I thought maybe Tipper, but I'm not convinced. I'll leave it to you. Oh, don't touch the white line. I'm hoping. Hey, morning, all right?
How are you? You good?
Yeah, you?
Yeah, good. You here yesterday?
Hmm?
Are you here yesterday?
No, I haven't been here since the excitement of Friday.
Yeah, yesterday was so busy.
Even more crazy than
It's
Friday and
even more
Saturday.
yesterday.
It's funny because Colin and the police were saying to me in the yard that Christmas Day here was one of the busiest. It was completely rammed on Christmas Day. I think, like, how did people even get here on Christmas Day? There was no taxis, no trains, no buses. I don't think anybody filmed Christmas Day. No, I didn't. I don't think anyone was here.
I didn't.
So no Christmas Day prize for any of us guys, alas, because we didn't film it, which is a shame. I did like actually the way that he told boyfriend, watch the box. Now some of you have said that you think occasionally tourists do go into the box, invade it intentionally while they have a relative or friend waiting to get a picture of them being told off and sort of, shocked Pikachu face type pictures, etc. Okay, let's have a quick look at the other end, who we've got. We can sort of, hold on, it's thinning out somewhat, so we, for the moment, can attempt to go back and forth. I mean, sometimes back and forth, creating a little bit of friction is far more exciting, folks. Let's see. Oops. Be careful. Wow. Trying to walk in without getting close to anyone. There we are. Okay, so the trooper we've got at this end is not a new face. Seen him many times. In fact, a very familiar face. And I've just noticed, as we pass by the horse, that any moment, in theory, we should have that second group of lifeguards riding out. We'll try and get it. I mean, the crowd, this is just to watch the second group of lifeguards leaving. Look. They've got a full line. If there's any spot in the tunnel, folks, I will, I'll grab it for us. And the reason I'll do that is because, as I mentioned, it's, oh my good lord, it's the last time they're going to be riding out in 2024. Every single spot along the tunnel is chocker. Goodness gracious me. Wow. Okay, anyway. One trooper has lost his helmet. It's being carried in by the chap in his MTPs. I'm not sure how or why he's lost it, but yeah, he actually had, the helmet fell off, guys. Yikes, would you imagine? That's unfortunate, isn't it? I'm guessing the horses were probably kicking off a little bit at the back simply because there were so many people. But it's good to see how quickly, going in with the helmet, his colleague collected that helmet. I'm just wondering actually, guys, considering how massive the queues are to watch the lifeguards, it's very tempting to go back to the front. Main reason being, here, for now, the crowd's not going to get any smaller. And after the lifeguards have left, all of these people are going to ride out. Sorry, are going to walk out as the lifeguards ride out to the front, that is. People will be leaving the yard and the tunnel to go to the front. The other thing is, looking at the clock, it's at 27 minutes past. Yeah, it's not worth it. We're going to get too many heads, etc. Far too many heads in the frame. So let's go back to the front. Have focus here for now. What I will do is try and film just through the gate, folks, on my left. Sorry, on my right. Once we see the horses coming out, I will sort of dash to the front part, so at least get a look at the last Lifeguards of the year. There we go again. Another gent. It's the gent in the reddish coloured jumper who's got his kid on his shoulders. Actually, just got told to get out of the box. A bit unfortunate, but there it is. People actually are starting to get tired of waiting, and they're coming out. The crowd is thinning in the yard. They could be 2 minutes, they could be 10 minutes. I mean, they're on their own time, also known as the King's time, or HMT, His Majesty's time.
I think we can walk down to the buy your tickets here.
Actually, it's a massive group. I think, if you heard that chap speaking there, of US tourists looking to buy tickets for something. Half the yard's empty now. Extraordinary. So no idea what happened at the back, but clearly one of the horses was not happy. It's pretty unusual to have one of the troopers lose their helmet. We've seen it before, maybe 2-3 times, which would equate to less than twice a year. Okay, so here they go. Let's just capture them leaving, guys, very quickly. Lifeguards riding out for the last time in 2024. In fact, we actually got it more cleanly here than we would have done at the other end. And they're off, including the chap that lost his helmet. Right. I actually feel a little bit calmer now because that's done. What I mean by that, well, we don't need to focus at all now on the yard. In other words, we can concentrate solely on the front and on the horses. So let's get ourselves around, close to where the sign is, and grab a spot here for the moment, and see what happens when all of these people that were in the yard and elsewhere decide to come out and say hello and Happy New Year to the horse. You know, if that dude goes to get a picture with the horse, he's going to hit his head, isn't he, on the top of the arch? Wow. Wish I had a basketball, actually. I'd pass it to him right now. Extraordinary. Are we going to have a Monday morning fashion show? No idea. One thing I can tell you as well, though, is that we're still really early. Actually, the Palace guard change just finished. In other words, in the last 30 seconds. Starting to flood out. I'm like, what? Mon Dieu, it's a horse. Et regarde le cheval. Oh, kid's super enthusiastic. Dad just pulled her back by the hood. Probably smart, to be fair. This troop actually might not have an awful lot to do this morning, unless everybody starts flooding out. It's very, very, very observant, isn't it? The second anybody is getting remotely close, he's on it. Great thing to see. Also keep an eye at the other end. I haven't heard the other trooper saying a single thing yet, but that's not due to silence. It's due to the fact that at the other end, it's very, very, very peaceful. I still find it shocking, though, actually, that it was chock-a-block here on Christmas Day. And the reason I find that shocking is that even for every single tourist staying in central London, within walking distance of here, she's waving to the guard. That's super cute. I think he might well have sort of given a little nod, but he didn't see her. Bless. Even for every single tourist staying within walking distance, mile and a half of horse guards had come out. Shocking, actually. I would really, really, really have thought it would have been quiet. Now, almost like a Christmas, post-Christmas, New Year miracle. Look at the light, guys. I'm going to pan around a teeny bit. Look at this. The sunshine, it was predicted today to be sunny between around 11:15 and 1 o'clock. And it's happening. It's coming out and flooding that side, the stable side of the block, with sunlight. Isn't that glorious? Right. Now I have absolutely no clue whether that means that anyone will come up to this end. We've got the Blues, the second group of Blues, riding into the stables. In In they go. In the distance. That's a long wait for everybody that's been in the yard and out the back this morning. A hell of a long wait. But that finally, people are still dashing forward to get a look, but they've missed it. That finally, guys, is it. The guard change is now complete. 2 new boxmen, a new gatesman, a new chitsman, half of Spain behind me, I think. And 2 very happy MOD officers who have finally got a break. They also change over every hour. Ta-da! Okay, let the fun and hopefully the fashion show begin. Nope, I don't know the Ukrainian girl, folks. Straight in the box. French again. These Frenchies, honestly, folks, it's extraordinary, in fact. They couldn't invade anywhere in 1940, 1941, 1942, 1943. In fact, at any time between 39 and 45, they didn't invade anywhere. But now, the box is getting invaded constantly. As, in fact, will the front. Get ready for it. Look, they're all starting to flood out of the gates now. We'll try our best to keep the camera roughly in this spot. That way we've got the sign, both sides of the box, the troop of the horse, and that massive deluge of people that are trying to squash out of the gate. Oh my, to be careful, folks. A lot of people are going to walk in front of the camera this morning. No doubt about that. Have to lift it up a little bit higher than usual. It is busy. Rubbing up both sides of the box. Wait. It's okay, don't worry. He almost reverse face planted the camera. She's in the box. He's watching, he's thinking.
1, 2,
Oh,
3, 1.
oh my good lord. Look at them. My friend and I are just laughing. Look at the flood. Guys, they're all just stopping there. And that's creating a bit of a backlog. Oh, she's in the box. One out of the box. This is exactly why I didn't want to go and stay at the end of the tunnel and get the troopers arriving on the parade ground. Interesting as it would have been, we would have wasted so much time getting back out, because look at this, folks. It is absolutely chock-a-block. That's why I like to plant my bum on a bollard. On, folks, a bollard, not... Anyway, let's not go there. Yeah, on a bollard. That way I'm not obstructing anyone else, but more importantly, got something solid behind me. Oh my goodness me. The problem is people stopping. Look, so many people stop and take pictures when they come out of the gate. Understandably, it's quite the sight, and it creates a backlog. A huge number of people effectively trapped in the yard. It's madness. Old Trooper is now policing the guard shop. There he is, making sure that people are not intentionally forgetting to pay for their items. But the funny thing is, the crowd seems to have effectively frozen. Look, no one is coming. They're just all standing there. Bro. Another one. Every single person getting told to get out of the box, almost with the exception, is female today. thus far.
Lah kanan, kiri dikit ya.
So many naughty girls visiting horse guards.
Ibu tunggu ya lah.
Uh-oh. Oops. Little dude. I think we'd all agree, folks, that this is the best possible thing to be seeing on our last morning filming at horse guards. It's Colin carefully walking around the box. Oops. It's a kissy kiss to the horse. That's actually perfect, look. Yeah, we've got some great shots this morning actually because the light is outstanding. Really, really strong natural light. But these crowds are mind-boggling. Now we are completely, and I'll show you in a second, folks, completely surrounded on all sides. I'm starting to feel a little bit like Holland in the 1940s, guys. Apparently as well, Dutch tourists the other day said a good greeting for tourists from Holland is Den Verdont or something like that. Not entirely sure what it means. I think it means welcome to London.
Let's get through this lot again now, isn't it?
That's exactly why I came out quickly, because I just thought the second that they finished with the swap and the last troopers, it's going to be completely ridiculous now. I mean, like, what on earth? Next summer is going to be...
Have you seen that?
What? Oh, whether they've bedded down the horse.
Do you know who did it? It was the Lifeguards.
Was it the Lifeguards that did it in the end?
I think so, yeah.
Ah, I would have thought it would have been the Blues actually when they arrived, but I guess it makes sense. Yeah, could have been. Whoever got themselves up there did a good job though, no? To be quite honest.
Yeah, there was a group of them, there was a load of them.
I don't think that ceremony, there's such ceremonies ever been filmed or photographed. Lots of pictures of the...
its tradition is...
Lots of pictures of the actual finished, statue, but I don't think it's ever been filmed. There's no footage of it on YouTube.
Pictures of it, but it's a tradition.
But, I mean, when they were actually doing it, have you pictures of the prep? Or only when it was
I've got
finished?
some of it, hang on.
Oh, did you really? Brilliant.
I didn't go and do it, but I've got some off of Facebook.
Okay. I guess a few lucky tourists in the right place at the right time to capture that.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
it might have been someone from the army that done it.
I don't recognise the trooper here. New,
No,
no?
it's a new bloke. Yeah,
thought so.
I was there when he passed out.
Ah, he's really, really, really on it. Really firm with the tourists, actually. But it's a bit of a problem because at the moment there's nowhere else for the tourists to go. People, there's too much,
Too much.
too much of a squad.
I mean, let me see if it's on the chart.
It's actually great to see when new people first arrive, just how absolutely on it they are. And again, look, another one out of the box. Wow.
Can't enlarge it. I've got one of them.
Colin, we're actually going to get surrounded.
There's a small one, look.
Oh wait, oh wow.
Can't get.
I wonder how late that was, in fact, in the evening.
Trying to get. Hang on.
Hard to see from the MTP whether or not they're wearing whether Lifeguards or Blues. Oh, it doesn't. Can you not zoom in on it?
No.
I need to screenshot it and zoom in. That is hard. If we could zoom in, we'd better
Don't
see
you
from
get
the
off
faces.
my name. Don't you put it off of me though.
No. But it's really interesting to see that actually. So wait, that's the person whose account posted it, yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I'll search for that in fact and see if I can get it because that way we'll know 100% whether it was Lifeguards or Blues.
It was Lifeguards.
Yeah?
It was Lifeguards.
Fantastic. Oh my goodness, look at
I
this.
think it was Lifeguards anyway.
Is this your last day here this year as well? You're going to be here tomorrow?
I might be here tomorrow.
Yeah?
I may be. I'm not. I want to get some photos of the fireworks or something. So they put the barges and that lot out ready for the evening.
Ah, already?
So if I'll go over there and have a look. And you can't get close, but you can get pictures what they look like inside
Nice.
the barges.
Only problem is New Year here at the moment is forecast to be raining.
Yeah, and I think even at midnight.
Very unlucky. I wonder if they'll even go ahead with the fireworks if it's peeing down. Folks, Colin and I are pretty much completely stuck.
Some of my photos in this one.
Well, yeah, proud beginner, to be honest. Although I wouldn't have, even though he's a new face, he's really on it. Like, really on it this morning. No nonsense at all. Everyone that's even getting close, looking at them, told at least, I think, 8, maybe 10 people to get out of the box already. I think because the King's Troop was so on it, kind of inspired this lot to be on it. Yeah?
I wonder what it's like up there.
Even worse by the looks of it. I mean,
I wonder what, because he's got a bird's eye view of it all, hasn't he?
that's the best spot. That's why I can't understand why they don't put, the council or something. Look at this pole behind me. If they put a live streaming camera on there, it would get rid of everything that here being live streamed, and it could all go to HCAV. Profits. Yeah, we're just actually completely surrounded, folks. It's almost like everybody's frozen. No one's getting a picture. No one's
Get
going
over
to
there in
this.
a minute or so, else I ain't going to get a spot later.
That's for
Pushed
sure.
to the back. There was no guard chase today, it was just banned. I think it might be a wet
Ah, is that, you think, why so many people ended
mount. Yeah,
up?
it might be a wet mount, I don't know.
That would make sense. I bet they didn't have enough people for the band. There's no way they would have wet mounted it with it like this. Too many people heading off for, yeah, I wasn't going to say it, but that as well.
Too much.
Yeah. Bing bong. No idea, folks, if the gatesman is going to attempt to get through this lot. I'm going to keep a bit of an eye out. It looks as though even the archway where he'd need to emerge from is completely surrounded. Look at this. Massive number of people. Will he come out? I don't know. I'm not even going to attempt to get back into the yard because we'll get stuck there and waste so much time trying to come back to the front. We just, for the moment, have to stay here until the crowd clears, but it seems to be getting bigger.
Stop, you're going to get lost.
And again, out of the box. This time it's a whole group that just got told. Goodness gracious me. I'm going to stop bringing a step ladder, guys, if we're actually going to see anything, because right now, wow. Team Japan, in fact, t-shirt, Japanese group.
Mummy, why are they not allowed to
Goodness gracious. Were you guys expecting like a quiet stroll around the centre this morning? It's completely mad. No, apparently, talking to a photographer, we seem to think it's either that somebody sold a little bit too much last night or apparently didn't have enough people for the band. That's where everybody came down to here, and I mean, just look at it, it's completely ridiculous.
It's almost like on the verge of how they're just being scary, do you know what I mean? Because everyone was you see how like panic for no reason like kicks in. You just
Yeah.
trying to get out, do you know what I mean?
Yep. Oh, you're London for yourself, but you've never like seen it this no? To be honest, a few years ago it was never this bad, but that being cancelled this morning, as well as the fact obviously a lot of tourists are on holiday ready for New Year. But this is just, it's a whole new world of madness, isn't it? How many people are on it? I do 3 or 4, sometimes 5 YouTube vlogs a week
Hang on a minute, what's your
of the
YouTube?
chaos.
What's your YouTube account?
Which one would you like it to be?
You don't do any of the like don't touch the rain stuff, do you?
Yeah.
Is that you?
Yeah, that is a lot of it, yeah.
What's the name of your Instagram?
1 second. If you guys are going actually next to the sign, you'll be on today's video. Just like, nope, no way, no thanks.
There's all my favourite videos.
Yeah, I love it.
There we go. This is what you can send to Juliet. Come on, have a go.
Yeah, I've probably seen like
Have a go.
But yes,
Send it to Juliet then.
to not get in trouble and to do it like, you know, the good way, anywhere outside the box, like under the sign, as long as you're not in the box, because this soldier is his first day and he's really on it, telling people to get behind the white line.
Right, Ethan, under you. Turn face up. Look towards.
No, to be honest, I try and make it a bit educational, explaining about the process of the guard change. I know a lot of the names of the horses, so it just kind of helps to make it educational. You know, I don't think really going for, you know, controversial stuff is sustainable in the long term, is it? You know, people get tired of it.
I like all the videos as well when like asking you to do like stuff like kids say for kids. You know what I mean?
Exactly, wholesome.
I like that.
Yeah, agreed, massively. But guys, you will be at roughly the 45-minute mark, just after. Come on, you're a good-looking family. Why not? Especially you, like you're blushing, aren't you? I made you blush. Folks, absolute champions. This family. 1 second. They're thoroughly lovely. So, just trying to get themselves into a good spot. It's a bit tight here. So if they can get up again. There you go. Good stuff, guys, honestly.
I hope you don't get cut out. Yeah, I hope you don't get cut out.
No, you won't. It was roughly it was the 46-minute mark on the channel later.
Nice one, man.
Happy New Year, guys, yeah?
Happy New Year to you, my friend.
You're very kind. Happy New Year. Appreciate that, I do, honestly. Thank you.
Ponte aquí delante, ¿verdad? Que si no,
It's kind of... Wait. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, there we are. Let me move back a little bit for you. You're welcome. We're still trying, guys, to be able to move, but you saw even the family could sort of get in proper position because there are too many people.
ahí el pobre la lengua.
I'm hoping it will start to dissipate the crowd that is shortly, and then we've got a little bit of leeway to move ourselves, because I'd like to spend some time at the other end with the other horse, which we've barely been able to film so far this morning. Oh. Goodness. Family also, horses like, I've had enough of this. Oh, I'm just trying to get people to come over for a picture, but there's just not enough space. The lady on the bottom left. Sorry guys, you want to go through?
No, not you.
Yeah, some people like spend 30, 40 minutes here like all day. Oh, luggage. Guys, is the luggage going to go from Heathrow into the box? What do you think? Oh my goodness. This guy crouching down against the wall behind the bush chair. He's got some strength in his lower body, actually. Oh. Hold on. Folks, this lady has bought a magic invisible apple for the horse. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Andy Garcia, guys, loved him in The Godfather Part 3. And that clock thriller with Richard Gere, Internal Affairs, that was pretty good as well. He's still looking good, isn't it? She very elegantly wheeling the suitcase around the edge of the box. Absolutely non-stop this morning. Oh, some people crowding, others not. Okay, hair, makeup, everything's ready to go. That's it, look back at the horse, Instagram style. Oh, actually, wait. It's a Polish family. Who's next?
Because this is where
I think we might, guys, be able to move just a minute. It's finally starting to thin somewhat. Not completely, but it's definitely improved. Extraordinary. Actually, the police are starting to close up. It looks like the central gate. I'm not sure why. I mean, they're going to change the horse. One would have thought they'd be opening the gate up. Okay, let's move toward the centre because, as I mentioned, we've got one of our favourite troopers who's doing crowd control, or will be shortly, hopefully, doing crowd control. I'm sort of undecided, folks, about whether or not it's better to be in the centre here when the change happens over the next few minutes, or at that. It's okay, sorry. At that box. Yeah, the police are looking just sort of almost in surprise about how large the crowds are. I mean, now if we go back, this is where I was, guys, just now, in that massive number of people. We were squashed in there. Crazy. Here she goes. Super crowd control. Look, everybody behind the bollards. The problem is, and I'm behind a bollard, and I can't even move. I'm absolutely squashed against a bollard. So I don't know where on earth all these extra people are going to go when they come out of the yard. Look at it. It's kind of like not even worth telling them because there's nowhere for them to go. My goodness. At this rate, they're going to need a dozen officers to deal with this.
Papa, ik denk niet dat we door mogen.
Wow. Honestly. It's like... Oh, hold on. Cute dog alert. Which type of dog is that, guys? I didn't recognise it at first. I thought it was part of her outfit for a second. Like a first scarf. But it's an actual living, breathing dog. Oh my. Right. There's still loads of people walking around in the central area, look. And more arriving from the yard. Oh, yeah, he's saying it's getting too crowded today, so I don't think they're letting anyone else in the yard at this point, which would make sense.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. There's almost nowhere to move, it's so busy, you know? When the Lance Corporal of Horse comes out, folks, he's got two choices. Move a lot of people out the way or plough into them. The crowd in front of the bollards, in other words between the bollards and the gate, is still at least 2 deep. To give you an indication, look, they're all far more forward than I am. I'm parallel to the bollard. There's no space. It's completely packed. What? The trooper's still telling them guys to get out of the box. Madness. I mean, at the end of the day, the horse is going to have to move them, I think. Look. Where are they going to go? There's no space. We'll just see what happens when the horse comes out. Still more people in the yard. A couple of big tour groups in the yard. I think this is the main reason it's so chocker. Most tourists are pretty surprised about how busy it is. Look at this. New horses coming out, guys. Luckily, we can just about see it through the gap. Explaining, they still need to get further back because of the horse. Further back to where? Thanks. Okay, now last couple of horse coming to the front, with, as I said, folks, a lot of people here. In fact, I think it's actually a couple of horse. I'm seeing 3 chevrons. Horses. I think the troopers, honestly folks, I've been looking at the expression on their faces as they came into the boat. I think they're just thinking like, what on earth? Look at it.